Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening I did to everyone today. Um, Respected officers from BPSH, the Division for Daily Schools, respected line of or team of deputy directors from state education departments, my fellow beloved colleagues of the language unit from all state education departments across Malaysia, and members of the floor, ladies and gentlemen. Now, thank you so much to everyone who made it back here to show support for me and also Puan Siti Rohaya, who are presenting tonight. I'm so sorry that we had to cut your break time short just to come back and listen to us speak for less than an hour, but hopefully we will make your time worthwhile. Okay, right. I'm Nadia, and I will be talking a bit about improving English language performance through skill attack. Oh dear, which button do I press? Kamuli? This one? This one. I'm supposed to be relaxed. Yeah, I know. I'm getting the aura from Dr. Rizky. Relax. Okay, right. I wouldn't say that I have done a very lengthy study or I would say research, because unlike my fellow beloved colleagues from other states, I would say that I'm still like taking baby steps, just because I'm perhaps the youngest or the younger ones with less experience, as well as the fact that our state is also the baby sister state compared to other states. Okay, but nonetheless, all these sessions that we've been going through, this is the third year that we're having sharing sessions. Okay, thank you, Dr. Rusdi, so that myself have managed to learn a lot of things from other states as well. So this avenue is actually very good for us. 3 minutes. Okay. So this study that I will be presenting on is just an exploration of possible effective ways to improve teacher competencies, and specifically for certain language skills. Okay, in the hopes that we would be able to improve students' proficiency and performances in the English language SPM paper, because that is the ultimate goal of the whole education system. 17 years of schooling would lead up to SPM. Now, doing this, we explore best practices from different schools or all schools. We only have 11, mind you, and data analysis as well as material building between schools. And through that, teachers were able to make some decisions, a bit data driven, okay, to execute certain interventions that are skill targeted, right? And from the little findings that we get here and there, you could see that if this was a way to go, or if you actually prioritize through specific language skills, there is an increase in teachers' competencies in diagnosing precise skill intervention for student performance. Okay, a bit of background about my state. We have actually 11 schools, 2 of which are residential schools. Okay, we have SAS with us as Sekolah Sultan Al-Bishar, and SMKA PJaya, okay, Semar Putra. Right, and these 2 schools actually, I will have to admit, they are the backbone to our performance in English, because through those 2 schools, we are able to get a better GPA, I would say. Okay. So the challenge in our state is that we try our best to improve the performance in the SPM paper by focusing on teacher competency. Lots of you would have this in mind that Putrajaya schools are city schools. Therefore, it is also in Putrajaya. Therefore, all students can actually speak perfect English. Mind you, that is not the case. Okay, we have some kids that are from English speaking background, but the majority of which are not. Okay, so like I think mentioned it earlier. Some states did say that they have kids who fail or cannot read in upper secondary, like Fadila mentioned in Perak. We also have that in PJaya. Okay, I would tell you straight up so that you don't have this false impression of PJaya that we are very perfect or we are very good. Okay, despite our buildings, we do still have kids who cannot or are struggling to read and write. Right? Okay, next, our teachers. We have, because we're talking about SPM, so I will mention we have about 74 English teachers across our 11 schools. Okay, and these 74 teachers are teachers who have year-round involvement in a plethora of programs. You name it, right? The 74 teachers have to handle 67 co-academic competitions, right? Every school has to take part, right? Then you have also other co-academic activities like uniform bodies. Everyone has to have that as well. You have sports. The amount of time that the teachers are busy with activities, I know you would say it's the same, all states have the same amount of activities, but all that is handled by 11 schools. Okay, so we have year-round, one school would be like a host to at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 state events. One for a sport, another one for co-curriculum, another one perhaps for BM or language, another one for perhaps science and mathematics or STEM activities, right? So they are constantly busy, okay? Which is why I have to admit in front of my deputy director, when I plan something or if I want to see my teachers, I have to ask them, are you guys free? What do you have in your schedule for next week? They don't ask me, I ask them, because they are so very, very busy. Okay, so but despite that, because there's only 11 head of panels, we are a very close-knit ELT community. Almost everybody knows everyone. Okay, if you've been in the state for at least 8 years, you will know everyone in round. So it's easier for us to have discussion. There's no boundary between us. We share a lot, and we can also help each other out. So that is a plus in our state. Besides that, we have also students who are exposed to a multidisciplinary program that exposes and supports students' involvement in English. Like I told you just now, there's so many programs going on. Programs such as STEM, or if it's clubs and societies, they are most of the time handled in English, especially if these activities are from agencies or private bodies. Okay, so that helps us to create that sense of English usage among our students. Okay, project goals. 1. Improve teacher competency on specific language skills. Like I remember what Hasliana mentioned for BM, we think that the teachers know how to teach, but sometimes they don't actually know. And sometimes they know, but they forget. So it is our job to ensure that it's reminded of them of how to do certain teachings on certain strategies or certain skills. 2. Improve performance on specific papers or skills. And 3. To boost, of course, the overall SPM English language performance. Right, process-wise, okay, because I mentioned it's a sharing of best practices by language skills, so data analysis of SPM results and examination results are handled and carried out by the teachers. I have to sit the teachers down. This is the time, you have 2 hours. Please do this, okay? Because, like I told you, they're so busy. Sometimes they need the time outside from school specifically for certain activities or certain tasks. Therefore, we have to sit down together and carry out workshops just for them to analyze these data, as well as material building or collection by skills. Now, at the moment, we have only started on writing skill, because as you all know, teachers are very comfortable with what they are used to. So because we were younger, we only did reading and writing most of the time. So we as teachers are also very comfortable with reading and writing, something that you can actually touch. right? So therefore, when we did the first round of material building, it was for the skill of writing, okay? Because number one, that is what the teachers already know. And number two, because according to them, especially for writing that is open response, they feel that there's so much to cover and they don't have the time, especially for questions like review. There is a long list of review, and different types of reviews have different types of vocabulary, different types of style to writing it. You cannot say a review of writing a review of a restaurant uses the same exact vocabulary as the review of a hotel resort or a destination. So there's so many, so they don't have the time to show the kids or give them practice about this. So that's why we decided, okay, we will do that, and we will focus on different types of reviews. So the team decided to assign different teachers to do different types of reviews. So by the end of that material building, we had at least 15 different types of reviews with notes. And that's the important thing, because the kids need to use it on their own, especially if they cannot do it in the classroom. So these notes are the things that are supposed to assist, yes, time's up, okay, to assist the teachers, the students to know what to do and how to approach the question. Okay, 2, implementation, 2 performance dialogues, we used to discuss the data analysis, and 4 workshops to come up with the data as well as to build materials. So assessment is through the comparison of SPM results and SBA performance. Alright, the results. Okay, we started this actually last year when my newly appointed director decided to tell us that I want 3.0 for SPM GP. And we were like, that's like a little far for us to reach, because we're accustomed to just, like move 1 point, or half a point, that sort of thing. But he wanted to move a whole lot of points. So when that came about, he also told me, okay, Nadia, your SPM performance is like stagnant in the sense that you just move 0.01, 0.02. That's not drastic improvement. Okay, you have to assist the other struggling subjects, because your main subject, core subjects, have to be stronger. So because of that, we started this last year, this whole process in October, and it's still an ongoing process, and that hopefully by the time his target was supposed to be for 2025, we will have achieved his 3.0. Okay, so just to look at the results, previously we were at 95.3%, 93.3%. So last year we managed to go up to 98.5% for passes in the English language subject. Okay, that was all thanks to my hardworking teachers in school. Number 2, we look at the GPA. GPA has also improved. Stagnancy in the sense that it's 3.42, 3.41. And he said, Nadia, what are you guys doing? You're not improving. It's an improvement, but not in the eyes of my big boss. So, Alhamdulillah, somehow or other, my teachers did a miracle last year and we managed to get 3 point. Sorry, that's wrong. We managed to get actually 3.00 last year. But then my director's target for us for SPM 2024 is 2.82 GPMB. Okay, so the implications of this is that we find that when we share and when we provide a guide, teachers' effectiveness in teaching targeted results improve, and we give materials and coaching for these skills, and in the end, students' performance improves. For future improvements, we would like to venture into material building for listening and speaking, because as you all know, usually they don't do this type of practice or exam or test unless it's really required. Albeit means only during trials. Even during mid-year, they don't actually carry out full proper listening and speaking skill because of time constraint and whatnot. So we would like to continue with material building for listening and speaking, and we would like to also expand this practice so that we attack the students early or heads-on and do it since they are in Form 4. Wishful thinking. Conclusion, enhancing teacher competencies with targeted skill interventions is crucial to improve students' performance, and data-driven decision-making and effective material development are key factors in achieving these positive outcomes. Ta-da! Okay, 15 minutes. Thank you so much for listening and being so kind. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming back just to listen to this short 15 minutes presentation. Thank you.